Guys, I started on Lakers Digest back in the summer, and this is the first time that I can finally talk about something that was actually on the basketball court. That is right. In case you somehow missed it last weekend, NBA basketball is back with the NBA preseason, and the Lakers got off running 2 games in 3 days, and we're going to break it all down here on Lakers Digest. So my name is Hunter Pitcoff. If you have not already, guys, subscribe to the YouTube channel because, like I said, the NBA season, it's so close. Lakers' first game is October 22nd, and only 18% of you guys are subscribed. And that's our viewers. That's not all of YouTube. That is people that actually watch the content. So before I get into the meat and potatoes of today's video, just subscribe because you don't want to miss a single thing here on Lakers Digest. We cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers, and now is going to be the perfect time to start off and how it looks totally different already. And JJ Redick is trying to make his impact felt early in preseason, and he's trying to set the tone early. So Lakers had 2 games. They are 0-2, and while you're like, yes, you want to win all the games, you want to be 2-0, it doesn't really matter in preseason. The 2 things that matter in preseason, number 1, staying healthy, and 2, building chemistry. And so far, the Lakers have been pretty good in both those categories. They've walked out of both games with 0 injuries, and I believe that they have taken step forwards in each of the past 2 games. So the first game was against the Minnesota Timberwolves. LeBron James and Anthony Davis did not play in those games, but they did play Sunday night against the Phoenix Suns, and we were able to see something pretty historic in that game as well, as the James family makes history, as LeBron James and Bronny James both graced the court together in that game, which, look, guys, I know everyone's all over the fence when it comes to LeBron and Bronny and being on the same team. Is it nepotism? Yes, guys, it's nepotism. Nepotism is in every single aspect of life, okay? Have you ever worked somewhere where someone is related to somebody somehow, whether they're, parents and their children or siblings or boyfriend and girlfriend, best friends? Like, guys, nepotism is all in life, okay? So LeBron James being on this team is nepotism. But it does not mean he can't necessarily be a good player, although, if we're going to be honest, guys, and I don't want to talk about it too much because he's not going to play a whole lot this year when it comes down to the regular season. And if Brian James does play a lot of minutes in the regular season, that's bad for the Lakers because that means something terribly went wrong. But, of course, he has not looked all that good so far in his preseason debut. So let's get into the games, guys, and how players are beginning to shine in their new roles. JJ Redick, something that he was very, very adamant on, is players buying into their roles and having a specific game plan about how every player on the Lakers can buy into that role. So this is the closest thing we've got so far to seeing JJ Redick really fully operate against the Phoenix Suns. And while the Lakers did end up losing this game, they were up by double digits during the first half when all their main guys and their original starting 5 was playing. LeBron James and Anthony Davis, these 2 guys picked up right where they left off during the Olympics, where they were 2 of the most dominant players on Team USA, and both of themselves had a phenomenal night on Sunday night. And again, LeBron AD did not play in the second half, so these are only first half stats only, and LeBron James and Anthony Davis combining for, let's do the math here, 36 points. Anthony Davis chipping in with 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Also, shot 3 threes. I mean, we've seen this before with Anthony Davis. Is he actually going to shoot this many threes come the regular season? Probably not, but this is what JJ Redick wants. He had a phenomenal game, both ends of the court. LeBron James making some incredible blocks in that game as well. That one block he had on Devin Booker on the chase down, I could have swore was a goaltend because I was like, there's no way he actually got up that high. And the fact that LeBron James is going to be 40 years old this season and he's still making plays like this, it is unlike anything we have ever seen. And quite honestly, I think it won't be like anything we will ever see in NBA history. And, today just showed you too, or Sunday night just showed you how dominant LeBron James was in this game. But D'Angelo Russell chipping in. Rui Hachimura, talk about guys who are buying into their role. If you look at his first game stats here, only shot 3 of 7 from the field. Did have 6 rebounds in that game as well. 9 points. Really wasn't a great game for him or the Lakers in general. But you look at what he did in this game. Went 6 of 8 from the field. 8 rebounds, including 1 offensively, for 13 points in just 22 minutes. I thought he had a very solid showing. And the rebounding, to me, is actually what stands out to Rui Hachimura here. Because this is not a guy who's a very good rebounder at all. J.J. Redick wants him to be a much more dominant rebound, more specifically on the offensive end. Only 1 offensive rebound this game. But the fact that he's averaging 7 rebounds in 2 preseason games. And yes, guys, it's just preseason here. I'm not going to say he's all of a sudden going to be this double-double machine. But it shows you that he's at least putting in the effort. And he's trying to be effective to crash the glass. And you hope that building those positive habits can eventually lead to on-court success when it matters most come the regular season. Again, guys, Lakers' first regular season game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, so they played on Friday. But they're going to be playing first regular season game on October 22nd, so you're definitely not going to want to miss that. But if we finally do have basketball to actually watch here, and some other guys that looked really good in moments here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's look at the first game here because I was a little more impressed with what I saw from them. Was Dalton Connect, right? Ended up with 16 points in the first preseason game, 7 of 13 from the field. Didn't have as great of a game, too, but really liked what I saw from him offensively. Also thought that Gabe Vincent has looked pretty solid for the Lakers as well. He's been shooting really well. He looks much more healthy, and he's definitely going to be in that 9-man rotation that J.J. Redick is talking about for the Los Angeles Lakers. Dalton Connect, I thought, looked really good in that game. First game, Max Christie looked really good in that first game as well. I believe he was also one of the leading scorers for the Lakers in that game. 11 points, 5 of 9 from the field. Went 3 of 14 on Sunday night, so definitely not nearly as good. Although they're playing him way more on the ball, and he was being way more of a initiator than he normally is. So I think that might have been him trying to force it a little bit too much. But I think he's going to play a little more in the rhythm of the offense when all 9 guys, and he's going to be a part of that 9-man rotation. The first guy off the bench for the Los Angeles Lakers, by the way. And I don't think that's a coincidence at all, as J.J. Redick's going to continue to try to build up Max Christie's confidence and get him all those game reps that he needs to be an integral part of the Los Angeles Lakers. And we've been talking about this all season. Guys, when teams pay certain players a lot of money, they're going to play. And Max Christie, for those out there, the Max Christie truthers, congratulations, because it seems like he's pretty much solidified himself in that rotation. That's going to lead us to our final point here, too, guys. What do we want to see? How can we build off this first preseason weekend games for the Los Angeles Lakers? Something I'm really interested in, I've talked about in previous videos, but we're going to talk about it here again. Who's going to end up being the final 9-man, part of the final 9-man rotation for the Lakers? We know the starting lineup. We know that Gabe Vincent, it seems like Max Christie, and probably Jackson Hayes are going to be the 3 guys off the bench. But that battle between Dalton Connect and Cam Reddish, in my opinion, with Vanderbilt out, is going to be for the final roster spot. Both bring very different aspects to the game. Cam Reddish, such a rangy athlete who defensively is going to be an absolute disruptor, and he's somebody who can really get it done on that side of the ball. Whereas Dalton Connect, really not there defensively yet, but offensively he is an absolute firecracker, and he is someone who can really just heat up super quickly. So very contrasting different players. I've guessed Cam Reddish, but it seems like J.J. Redick so far is actually leaning more toward Dalton Connect, as he was the one who seemed like that 9th man in the Lakers rotation over Cam Reddish, at least in the Phoenix game. But let's not say that it's fully set in stone just yet. And maybe it's more of a matchup thing too, where if the Lakers feel like they need defense, they'll put Cam in. If they think they need some more shooting and offense, they'll put Dalton in. I know Laker fans really want to see Dalton Connect play more, and I would say so far so good. I think he's definitely looked like a legitimate first-round pick for the Lakers. He looks way more further along than Jalen Hood-Schifino does, which is a bit concerning considering that this is JHS's second season with the Lakers, and he was the same 17th overall pick a year ago, just like Dalton Connect was this year. So he's also another guy, Jalen Hood-Schifino. Can he be up to speed? Again, guys, it's a long NBA season, 82 games. All it takes is for one injury or maybe two injuries, and Jalen Hood-Schifino is going to have to play a lot of minutes. So he's definitely not looked bad, but definitely still looks like he's a little bit raw. But I do see improvements, which is good because, last year he looked almost unplayable at times for the Lakers. So their next preseason game, sorry guys, a little under the weather here, as they will be taking on the Milwaukee Bucks on Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. I believe that's Eastern time, so 4:30 p.m. for you West Coast guys out there. I'm an East Coast guy, so a little bit earlier game for me, which is very rare. It doesn't always happen, covering the Lakers and just growing up being a fan of the Lakers, but I'll take it. I'll take the wins where I can get them, and so we're definitely going to give more coverage on that and give some more coverage about what we're seeing out there on the court, guys. Finally, we could talk about what we're seeing. Not as much hypotheticals anymore. I'm sure that makes you guys really excited. It makes me really excited. Let's talk about in the comments, too, down below. What have you seen so far from the Los Angeles Lakers under new head coach J.J. Redick? Is he doing stuff out there different that you like? Is there something you want to see a little bit more of? Please let me know, and I'm going to be sure to let you all in and keep you all up to date with everything here on Lakers Digest.